Hey Lakers fans! Let's dive straight into the latest buzz around the team and what could be one of the most interesting off-seasons in recent memory. There's been a lot of chatter about potential moves, trades, and how Los Angeles could retool the roster to really challenge for the championship. And one of the names dominating these conversations is Andrew Wiggins. It seems that the Miami Heat are exploring the idea of moving him, mainly to improve their chances of landing another top asset that could help them make a run for Giannis Antetokounmpo. This situation presents a unique scenario for the Lakers because, depending on how they maneuver, Wiggins could become a central piece in elevating the team's ceiling. The tricky part here is figuring out how to structure the trade so it benefits Los Angeles without limiting their flexibility too much. One of the biggest questions is whether the Lakers can part with someone like Jared Vanderbilt to make the numbers work. Vanderbilt brings solid defensive presence and versatility, but if the Lakers can turn his contract into an opportunity to acquire Wiggins, it might be a trade-off worth considering. The key, however, is not just swapping Vanderbilt for Wiggins, but also evaluating what additional pieces might be needed to fill the gaps. If the team only makes a one-for-one move, the net gain might not be enough to push them into serious title contention. So the broader plan becomes critical, and Drew Wiggins comes with a substantial contract, and the Lakers have to weigh the implications carefully. He has a player option worth $30 million for the upcoming season, and while he might consider opting in, there's room to negotiate a creative deal. The Lakers could offer a multi-year structure that slightly reduces his salary this season, while extending the contract over several years, creating a smoother cap impact. For instance, a deal that starts closer to $25 million and tapers off over the next few seasons could preserve flexibility while keeping him on the roster. This kind of structuring allows Los Angeles to integrate Wiggins without sacrificing the ability to add other complementary pieces in the same offseason, which is crucial for building a championship-ready roster. One of the challenges, though, is balancing the cap. If the Lakers bring in Wiggins while keeping Vanderbilt and only move out expiring contracts, they are looking at $30 million committed immediately, which could consume a significant portion of the available cap space. The projected cap flexibility for Los Angeles hovers around $55 million, so adding Wiggins could drastically limit options unless carefully managed. Ideally, the Lakers would need to either move Vanderbilt or creatively restructure contracts to maintain the ability to bring in additional contributors. This is where the art of roster management and financial maneuvering comes into play, because the end goal is not just landing Wiggins, but also assembling a roster capable of contending at the highest level. Now, looking at potential scenarios, the Lakers could turn Vanderbilt's role into a more offensively productive player like Wiggins, but then they would likely need to acquire one or two more players to fill the defensive and depth gaps Vanderbilt leaves behind. In theory, landing Wiggins could work if the Lakers simultaneously add versatile contributors like Haywood, Highsmith, Keon Ellis, or other younger players who bring energy and scoring off the bench. By distributing responsibilities among a wider set of players, the team could transform Vanderbilt's departure into a net positive. This strategy emphasizes that no single transaction should be considered in isolation. The overall package, the combination of additions and subtractions, ultimately determines whether a move like this truly benefits the Lakers. Another angle to consider is how Miami's trade positioning affects the Lakers' options. If Miami is shopping Wiggins to enhance their package for Giannis, the Lakers might have an opportunity to negotiate a deal that doesn't require giving up their most valuable draft picks, or at least maximizes the return for any asset sent. Teams rarely give up a first-round pick without significant incentive, so Los Angeles could explore turning one pick into multiple assets, effectively expanding their ability to make a bigger impact. If the Lakers can convert a single first-rounder into multiple pieces, they can absorb Wiggins while still keeping their long-term flexibility intact, which would be an ideal outcome. The timing and negotiation dynamics also come into play. If Giannis expresses a strong desire to play in Miami, then the Heat may be forced to move Wiggins quickly to facilitate that deal. In that case, Los Angeles could potentially swoop in, offering a smaller package that still matches salary and provides expiring contracts to balance the books. This scenario could allow the Lakers to acquire Wiggins under favorable terms, without overcommitting resources or giving up irreplaceable assets. The intricacies of matching contracts, understanding player preferences, and predicting front office strategies across multiple teams make these types of transactions incredibly nuanced. But the potential payoff could be significant from a talent perspective. Wiggins represents an upgrade over other wing options that might be available, such as Adri Hunter. His experience, scoring ability, and defensive versatility make him a player who could immediately contribute in a starting lineup that includes LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and other core pieces. Integrating him effectively could turn the Lakers into a legitimate title contender. However, it's not just about acquiring Wiggins, it's about creating the right supporting cast. Players like Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes could all factor into the rotation, providing the depth and complementary skills necessary to maximize Wiggins' impact, even beyond the immediate roster implications. There's the question of contract strategy. Convincing Wiggins to opt out of his player option for a more structured multi-year deal could provide both stability for him and flexibility for the Lakers. They could design a contract that guarantees key years while allowing options for later seasons, balancing risk and reward. This approach requires creativity, but could make the difference in assembling a team that is not only competitive this season, but positioned for sustained success. The Lakers must weigh these factors carefully because a move that looks attractive in isolation may not provide the full competitive boost unless supported by thoughtful roster and salary planning. Ultimately, the debate revolves around risk versus reward. Acquiring Wiggins could elevate the Lakers' ceiling, but it also comes with financial and roster management challenges. The question becomes whether the upside justifies the investment, particularly when considering alternative strategies and other players who could potentially fill similar roles. Evaluating Wiggins in the context of a broader plan, including the potential addition of complementary players through trades or draft assets, is essential. The ideal outcome would be a combination of talent and flexibility that positions the Lakers not only to compete immediately, but also to sustain success in the seasons ahead. Balancing short-term impact with long-term planning, the Lakers' off-season decisions will likely hinge on these nuanced calculations. If they can turn a first-round pick into multiple assets while adding Wiggins and a few additional players, they could transform the roster into one that is capable of serious contention. The challenge is ensuring that each move builds on the previous ones without creating holes elsewhere. Strategic acquisitions, contract structuring, and depth management all play a crucial role in whether the team can successfully navigate this complex scenario. The right combination could significantly increase the Lakers' chances of not just reaching the playoffs but making a deep run, potentially putting them in position to contend for a championship that has eluded them in recent years. Looking ahead, one of the key challenges for the Lakers is figuring out how to integrate new pieces while maintaining team chemistry. Adding Andrew Wiggins, for example, isn't just about the individual talent. It's about how he meshes with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the rest of the roster. Chemistry on a championship team is often underrated, but it's one of the biggest factors in determining success. Wiggins brings athleticism, defensive versatility, and scoring, but Los Angeles has to make sure that his role fits the system and doesn't disrupt the balance that allows other players to thrive. That means careful rotation planning, minutes management, and ensuring that everyone on the roster understands their responsibilities. The Lakers are also in a unique position when it comes to depth. Players like Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves have shown they can contribute in multiple ways. Whether it's scoring, defending, or simply providing energy off the bench, adding Wiggins on top of that core could create a dynamic starting lineup, but it also raises questions about bench production. If the starters take up more usage, who fills the gaps when they rest? That's where strategic acquisitions of secondary pieces, whether through trades, draft picks, or free agency, become crucial. Finding complementary wings, reliable shooters, and defenders who can step in without losing performance is essential. Otherwise, the starting unit's strengths could be offset by weaknesses when they sit. Another layer to consider is the financial side of the equation. Wiggins' contract at $30 million isn't insignificant, and it affects how the Lakers can structure other deals. Creative solutions, such as multi-year deals with declining salaries or player options, allow the team to manage the cap while still acquiring top-tier talent. It's a delicate balancing act. Los Angeles has to weigh the immediate impact of a move against long-term flexibility. Overcommitting now could restrict the team's ability to add other necessary pieces in future seasons. while being too conservative might mean missing the chance to elevate the team's championship potential this year. In addition to Wiggins, the Lakers' strategy might involve identifying undervalued players who can contribute immediately. Names like Haywood Highsmith, Keon Ellis, or even veterans willing to sign short-term deals could provide the depth and versatility the team needs. The idea is to build a roster that can adapt to different opponents, maintain high-level performance through injuries, and give the starters opportunities to maximize efficiency. It's a matter of constructing a team where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. If each addition is carefully evaluated and fits a specific need, the Lakers could turn an ordinary offseason into a transformative one. The trade calculus doesn't stop with just individual players. Draft picks, future assets, and expiring contracts all factor into what is possible. A single first-round pick might not seem like much, but if leveraged properly, it can turn into multiple acquisitions, allowing the Lakers to balance star talent with depth in scenarios where Miami is looking to unload Wiggins to facilitate a GNS deal. Los Angeles could strategically position itself to offer the right combination of salary and assets, maximizing the return on any pick they send out. Timing, negotiation, and foresight are critical here. Teams with a clear vision and willingness to be creative often get the best outcomes when looking at potential lineups. Imagine the Lakers with LeBron James orchestrating the offense, Anthony Davis anchoring the paint, and Andrew Wiggins taking on a versatile wing role behind them. Players like Marcus Smart, Rui Hachimura, and Austin Reeves provide scoring, defensive coverage, and playmaking off the bench. The balance between star power and role players could be enough to challenge any team in the league. But it's not just about talent, it's about fit. Wiggins' ability to defend multiple positions, run the floor, and contribute on both ends gives the Lakers a significant advantage if they manage rotations properly and keep the bench productive. The uncertainty around Wiggins' future also opens the door to negotiation strategies, convincing him to opt out of his player option for a longer-term deal with structured salaries could benefit both parties. The Lakers maintain cap flexibility and planning control, while Wiggins secures guaranteed money over multiple seasons and the chance to compete for a championship. Structuring contracts creatively, whether through declining salaries, player options, or incentives tied to performance, is becoming an increasingly common tool in building competitive rosters. Los Angeles must consider these tools carefully to ensure they don't hamstring themselves financially while still acquiring elite talent. In parallel, the Lakers need to evaluate their bench composition. Players like Jackson Hayes and Jake LaRavia could see expanded roles, providing minutes and stability when starters rest. Depth isn't just about having warm bodies on the court. It's about having players who can contribute meaningfully, defend multiple positions, and maintain offensive efficiency. By combining emerging talent with experienced veterans and strategically adding new pieces like Wiggins, the Lakers can construct a roster capable of sustaining high-level performance throughout the season. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In what would be one of the most shocking moves in recent NBA history, whispers around the league suggest that Kevin Durant could be heading to the Los Angeles Lakers. While nothing has been official, like confirmed, sources close to the situation claim that talks between Durant and the Lakers organization are progressing at a rapid pace, fueling speculation that a blockbuster deal could be on the horizon. Durant, known for his scoring prowess and versatile game, would instantly transform the Lakers roster, giving the team a superstar presence alongside existing talents. The potential signing has sent shockwaves through the league, with fans and analysts alike dissecting the implications. Would Durant's arrival mark the start of a new Lakers dynasty, or could it upset the delicate balance of a team already rich in talent? That question has ignited countless debates on social media and sports talk shows. The Lakers, long a destination for marquee free agents, are reportedly doing everything in their power to make this move happen. Sources suggest that the franchise is prepared to restructure salaries and make significant roster adjustments to accommodate Durant's contract. Meanwhile, Durant himself is rumored to be intrigued by the prospect of playing in Los Angeles, a city that offers both championship potential and global visibility. NBA insiders caution that while these rumors are tantalizing, nothing is set in stone. Contract negotiations in the league are notoriously complex, and even a star of Durant's caliber is not immune to hurdles. Still, the mere possibility of seeing him in the purple and gold has ignited the imaginations of Lakers fans who have been longing for another dominant era. Speculation aside, one thing is clear: if Durant does indeed join the Lakers, the landscape of the NBA could shift dramatically. The Lakers' offensive firepower would reach unprecedented levels, and the team's title aspiration would receive an enormous boost. Whether this rumor materializes or remains just that a tantalizing what-if remains to be seen. But for now, the basketball world can't stop talking about the prospect of Kevin Durant wearing Lakers colors. And the excitement is palpable. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.